I listened to a show called Teachers Off Duty. And this is a show hosted by Lauren Woolley, Rebecca Rogers, and Brianna Richardson. And apparently, these are the teachers who are like TikTok stars.
I fucking hate teachers so much.
And now they're doing their own podcast. And there's an episode that I listened to that it's about why teachers need a summer break.
They work so hard.
Yeah, they have PTSD.
Once you listen to this, I can tell you what's wrong with teachers. My sister is a teacher, and like they think they're the fucking center of the universe.
Yeah.
They think they're so important. And most teachers, they don't do anything. They don't work in any other industry other than teaching. Like they go to school, they get their master's degree, and then they become a TA. They go right into teaching, and so they think that being a teacher is the only hard job that exists.
Well, and it's reinforced over and over again.
Yeah.
They're underpaid, they're overworked. It's all anybody ever says. No one ever is just like, yeah, but you get like a whole week off for Christmas every year.
You get the summers off.
Summers.
You get full health benefits. They're amazing benefits. And a pension that's insane.
You're right.
They're
Like New
so
Jersey
triggered,
retired
though.
teachers get $70,000 a year in a pension.
Holy shit.
70 grand.
My mom got a pension just for working at a school, just for like being a secretary at the music department of the school in our town. But once you bring, and they'll bring this up, they're very triggered by the idea that we don't get paid all year. We get paid for our 180 days. It's just spread over.
They say that out
year.
loud. I couldn't believe they said it out loud because I've done the math on this before. Teachers work half the year.
Yep.
180 days.
All the holidays, all the fucking Jewish
and
holidays.
They even say that out loud. I'm like, you're saying the quiet part loud. You don't work that much.
That's like me bitching like 2 weeks. I got the weekend off and I'm not getting paid.
Yeah,
I'm getting paid this weekend at the Comedy at the Carlson, but I'm not getting paid in 2 weeks, and that's bullshit.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why can't I
isn't the
get
Carlson
paid? I
paying
should
you
be
while
getting
you're not
paid
there?
every week.
Right.
If money is going into your account, you are getting paid.
Well, this is my take, and I have friends who are teachers, and I'm not knocking the whole profession, but it's a little bit of a childish profession. I'll tell you why.
I'll knock it.
When you're a kid and you're growing up, the only time you see adults doing a job is teachers. Like, I used to think I'd be a math teacher someday because I didn't know that like accountants existed or marketing professionals or financial. That's the only thing that you see. And so a lot of these people just like, oh, adults equals teachers. It's the same with like firefighters and shit. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I mean, grow up and get a job now.
Get a real job.
Right?
Yeah.
It's over. But I like the way this show starts off because it's the opposite of Red Scare. They are shot out of a cannon.
Hi guys, welcome to Teachers Off Duty. If you've never joined us before, my name is Rebecca Rogers. I'm R. Rogers World on all social media platforms.
I'm Lauren Woolley, Mrs. Woolley in 5th on all socials.
I'm Honest Teacher Vibes.
Bree Richardson. Why
I
do you
don't
never
give out
say
my
your
government name anymore.
We're having fun, aren't we? Hey! We're back, baby! Woo!
Do you guys know how many YouTube subscribers these people have?
How many, Chrissy?
Like 245K.
Yeah, I noticed that these videos get over 200,000 views.
What the fuck is going on?
I was shocked by that. Somebody sent this over to me, and I thought it was just like, oh, these people are pretending to be podcasters. But they're actually making a real income from this.
I have more of a problem with that clip that they say socials. That fucking drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Follow me on my socials.
Check out all my socials. I was listening to your show today, Jim. You were talking about a guy who went to jail, and he was talking about how it was a little vacay for him.
Yeah.
I fucking laughed my
That's right.
ass out.
Yeah, I know.
It was a nice little vacay.
I've been with Vinny Paulino the last couple of days, and
Yeah.
he's a big Dolphin fan, and he keeps saying Dolphin fans go fins up to root for the team, and we've been arguing for 3 days
What a
over
dork.
it. I go, it's not good. He goes, no, it's not bad. What's wrong with it? I'm like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
We're still going back. We're bickering like an old married couple over it.
You're a nerd, Vinny.
I didn't realize. Do people talk about how much Vinny looks like Tim Dillon?
Is that a compliment? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah.
Tim is
Interesting.
hilarious.
Yeah, no, I loved him.
Okay.
I'm a huge fan. I just don't
But
know
with
that
the
you want to look
sunglasses
like
on,
him.
I was like, oh my God, Tim Dillon's here.
Holy shit, if he had the half the talent.
Yes, that's why you got a hug.
All right, so then they bring on a special guest on their show today.
We have an awesome guest. If you've been with us for a while, you might recognize him from last Thanksgiving. We have Josh Monroe. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
Thank you for having me. My name's Josh Monroe. I teach 5th grade in Omaha, Nebraska, and I'm at Mr. Monroe and Nala on all social media.
This man gets his period for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think men can get pregnant, but maybe this one can. Maybe in this case,
What the
there's an
fuck
exception.
happened? Like when we were all in school, you can remember a couple of like male teachers who were like men, like real men,
Yeah.
and now like all the men who teach are fucking pussies. Like I don't know.
Why
how
are
this
we
happened.
following a 5th grade teacher on social media anyway?
No, I know.
That's weird.
I was telling you last night, my kid's in 5th grade, and
Yeah.
the teacher, this female teacher, goes, oh, it was reading class. Okay, turn to page 69. And my son and 2 other boys laughed, and she called me and my son's mom to feel like she was threatened.
Did you go threatened
Because a bunch of
Come
11-year-olds, I swear
At
to God,
69?
laughed. And I said, why don't you just skip that page or just say go to the
Yeah.
next page?
Did she think that she had to go down on him after that?
I think so. I think like my son was going to follow her out to her SUV and go, hey,
Yeah, right.
we're going to go 69 in the back.
Right.
Yeah, actually, maybe she shouldn't have been thinking about 69ing while.
Maybe if she had waxed that day, she would have been so insecure about it.
And my kid was all upset. I go, listen, I'm still laughing at 69 jokes.
Yeah.
So don't worry, you're going to be laughing about them the rest
Could you
of your life.
imagine if she saw Bill and Ted's Big Adventure? What's the name of their fucking movie? Not Big Adventure. That's P.
Biodome?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh.
She must be so triggered by that fucking movie. Like, whoa, this is outrageous.
Yeah, just ignore it. Like that's your job to be the adult.
Someone giggles at 69. You have to call the parents.
I know. Of course they're going to laugh at that.
Jim, did you giggle when she said it?
I was holding back, like I had to hold the phone away. I'm like,
Does she know what you do for a living?
No, she has no idea. I don't think so.
That's the real
Yeah, I
punchline.
know.
I wish you would have recorded that phone call. I wish she was like a telemarketer.
I really thought
Could've
that there was
terrorized
something.
her.
I really thought there was something wrong, like he did something bad or something like that. She goes,
So
"Anyway."
what'd he do?
I just
how
felt
old is he? Is
threatened.
he, like, 11?
He's 11. He doesn't even know what it is. He just
Sure.
knows it's a funny word.
Yeah, well, he
It's
probably
something
does,
sexual,
actually.
probably. Yeah.
They all have the internet now.
Yeah, I'm like, me and your mom used to do that and we got along.
It's the only time I enjoyed her company.
It was great. She wouldn't talk.
All right, so let's talk about watching each other's videos when you're school teachers.
No, dude, you're literally like, every time I watch your videos, I'm like, he's literally the Mr. Rogers of teaching.
Yes, he is.
So they're all watching each other's videos like they're celebrities or something. And I blame the pandemic for this. I think it's because of
Oh,
Zoom.
yeah.
They all got on video on Zoom and they were the star of the classroom.
Nurses and teachers,
Yes.
they're all the fucking same. The
Yes.
same type of woman will go into each of these professions. They wholly overestimate their importance. They're essentially both kind of glorified babysitters. Nurses maybe get a little more cred because they occasionally like keep people alive. But teachers 100% are glorified babysitters.
No, it's funny. I have that in my notes as well. Since the pandemic, every nurse, every teacher, even Fauci, they all think they're celebrities now.
I think they're so
Shut the fuck up.
fucking special.
You should not be on camera. Just do your job.
Year.
Wouldn't y'all say that a lot of teachers, like y'all know I do the teacher stories
Right.
series on YouTube, and from listening to those teacher stories, the amount of teachers across the United States that have developed PTSD because of some of the
Yeah.
things that they deal with from teaching
Right.
is astounding.
Listen to these people. I want to become a school shooter. Like, I'm actually inspired to do something.
Someone's going to pull that clip. Holy shit. We should have known. She said it on Carl's show.
But what trauma are they going through? The kids won't listen?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know.
You know, if you're in the ghetto and you're getting beat up and people, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, threatened and stuff like that, then I could see you having problems. But
I just like that.
they're in the white Omaha, Nebraska. They're in the white suburb.
Yeah.
You know, in a city.
The
What's
PTSD
going on
is
with
to
them?
the point where they need the summer off. Why don't we give the police the summer off? Let's see what happens there.
They got to deal with a lot
They got
more
to deal
shit.
with a lot of shit.
Yeah, walk in and some fucking baby getting mutilated and got to
Yeah.
look at that.
Right.
Of course, they're going to be in a fucking alcohol.
And some bad things, too.
Like what?
All right, so then they're talking about something bad that happened in a classroom, and there's a trigger warning here, but she does it wrong. You can't just say trigger warning and then immediately go into the thing that you think is going to trigger
And
somebody.
is anyone going to shut it off when they go trigger
Oh,
warning?
shit, trigger warning!
All right, turn it off.
You
Turn it
have
off.
to say what the trigger warning is.
Yeah,
Right?
right. By the way, if you're offended by someone saying 69 in class, this is a trigger warning for
Yeah.
you.
Still makes me laugh.
Like, or if you have a sexual assault trigger warning or something, or violence.
Everybody turn to page 70. Now turn one page back.
Yeah.
We're going to read from the third paragraph. It's that easy.
And he's yelling at her and like this trigger warning just for anyone listening.
Right.
Like, can you hurry up and die? Like, just hurry
Was
up.
that in the article?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trigger word for anyone who's listening. Who else would it be for? Shit. We got that part. I just didn't understand.
This is when they were talking about the student who choked their teacher with a computer cord.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently this student went to strangle the teacher and wanted to murder this teacher. I wish there was video of that. That'd be more entertaining.
I'd watch that.
Oh, wow. So then they heard a story about a teacher who's getting sued for breaking up a fight.
I heard a story about a teacher that's getting in trouble for breaking up a fight where this kid had a stapler, but he pushed him away, and they're suing the teacher. Like, stuff like that's not okay.
For just pushing a kid?
For protecting himself. Yeah.
Bullshit.
I call bullshit on that story. These people just like hear shit and then they just repeat it and it just becomes the real thing. Yeah, all the teacher did was try to protect himself from getting staple gunned.
But he was breaking up a fight, so it wasn't about him.
Right. But now he's getting sued over it. Well, it probably, if that's true, I don't think they're going to win the lawsuit. You know?
Sued over. He probably like fucking slammed some kid's head into the wall or something.
There might have been more to it than what he just described. Possibly. Also, have you ever seen a fifth grader with a stapler and thought, like, I'm in danger here?
Yeah, I know. It's not a staple gun that you're buying at Home Depot.
Yeah, no.
It's a little friggin' stapler.
It's just a little stapler. He's like, I'm going to get this right up against your skin. Watch out.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Hey, can you pinch the skin for me so I get that little stapler in
There.
there?
Now you won't lose my homework.
Stand against the wall. You're moving too much. All right. So then they talk about being a teacher is like being a prison guard.
We have teachers who are
Getting hurt.
really suffering, who are going to the hospital, who are having surgery. And I know that last week we talked about teachers that are leaving because of it, but there are still a lot of educators who are trying to power through and be there for these kids. And how do they deal with this over summer, knowing that they could be next? Well,
They're having surgeries?
She didn't say what kind of surgery, which bothered me.
Yeah, I didn't understand that at all. They're having surgeries.
Like what?
Are your breasts too big? Are the kids all pointing?
Okay,
what's
so maybe
going on?
two teachers got beat up.
Maybe.
Yeah, it's just like when Chappelle got attacked on stage. It once in a while it happens.
Like
Right.
with any job.
Did you think it was
Yeah.
going to happen last night at the comedy show?
No.
Someone was probably going to attack you
No, and
with
if
a
they
knife?
did, all right. I probably deserved it. Okay.
Do you need a summer then to think about that
I might have
happen?
to. When I saw the Chappelle footage, I'm like, I got to take 2 weeks off.
She literally said they have to spend the summer thinking they could be next. Like that's your thought process. You hear about something bad in the news and you're like, oh my God, come September, I might die.
How I feel about teaching is like, you shouldn't teach a class if you're worried about this shit. Like, don't teach a class of students that are bigger than you for the same reason that you should never own a dog that's bigger than you. Like, you don't want them to like be able to overpower you physically or rape you.
So school children are like dogs.
And kids, right? If you
Very
just want
cute.
them smaller than you, so you can
Interesting.
handle them.
Words to live by right there.
Yeah. You ever see these women with dogs that are as big as them? I don't trust these women. I'm like, there's something sexual happening.
Gorillas.
Yeah.
Don't have gorillas that are bigger than you either.
Don't
Because
have
that could
any
be
gorillas,
bad. I've seen
period.
that go sideways a few times.
Oh.
It's a bad idea. All right, let's talk about all this trauma that's going on for teachers because obviously there's school shootings happening in every school every day.
I was gonna say, like, summer break is a time, because a lot of times during the school year things are so crazy, teachers don't have time to process the things that are happening to them. So summer is a time where I feel like teachers can, I mean, even teachers that are moms, like the times like we can spend extra time with our kids, or we can have time to process the school year and all the stuff that happened to us, because like some of our kids that grew up enduring daily trauma, there are teachers that go into schools and they endure daily trauma,
Right.
whether it be a kid in their classroom that's tearing up their classroom because they're having a tantrum or they're having a meltdown and there's no systems and structures in place, whether it be an overbearing admin, whether it be another colleague.
Oh my! Okay, you lost me now. So your coworkers suck.
I know.
Join the club. you never worked in a job where the coworkers suck. That's a lot of trauma. This guy's annoying.
Yeah. As a comic, we got to deal with fucking drunks in the crowd. Oh my God, feel bad for me.
That is some
They're mixing
trauma.
booze and late night and dirty
My sister-in-law.
jokes.
Yeah, I know.
your
There's a lot of trauma
sister-in-law.
going on.
I do a setup and you're just like, what do you mean by that? Relax. I'm getting to it.
Teaching
Oh
is
my
a-
God, I'm traumatic. I got to take the night off.
such a perfect example of how an industry that is overrun with women becomes like toxically female and thusly an overvaluing an obsession with feelings and processing and trauma. And it's like this were an industry like the fucking military where it's like, no, being tough and sucking it up and dealing with it is just part of it. But they're allowed to get away with this because it's like too fucking soft and there's too many women.
If you want to talk about school shootings and shit, like, okay, that's traumatic. That's awful. Anyone who knows about Uvalde is like, that's crazy. But then when she said admins, overbearing admins, I'm like, okay, now you lost me, really?
Like, what do you mean I got to punch in every day?
Yeah, right. They yell at me for being late to class. Like, okay, well, that's your job. You got to be
Yeah, she's giving me DMV vibes.
I know. I'm not buying it. All right, so this is what you were talking about before, where they explain, a lot of people think the teachers get paid over the summertime. They do not.
A lot of teachers don't rest over summer break because they don't make a lot of money, so they have to work a second job.
Just a reminder, we don't get paid for the summer months.
Yeah, let me make a clarification.
I'm tired.
No, I gotta make a...
Could you imagine?
I thought they would. If logic to that, if you don't work for 3 months, you still get paid.
Yeah.
I just thought that would,
That's how it should be, right?
Yeah, that's how it should be. Like, what do you mean they don't get paid?
Can you believe it? They actually have to work for the 3 months that they're not working?
And when they're not working, they don't get paid?
Right.
They absolutely do get
All
paid.
right, well,
My sister's a
here's the
teacher.
deal.
They get money. It comes through.
This is how I know it to be because I have some friends who are teachers. You can choose whether you want your paychecks to come in evenly throughout the year or just get paid while you're working. So if you choose not to get paid in the summer, you don't get paid in the summer, but you get all your money the other times.
Interesting.
Yeah. So whatever. A paycheck comes or it doesn't, but you still make the same amount of money. You sign up for a salary. That's the crazy thing about this. They're bitching about their salary. It's like, well, you signed up for this. If you want more money, do a job that pays more.
Yeah.
And you also get raises every year, every 2, 3 years, 4 years. You're protected in the union.
Yeah.
You got all that shit going on.
Yeah, let's not forget
And
about
you
that.
work, and you're working 9 months out of the
Yom
year, and you're getting all
Kippur.
these other days off. You get Juneteenth off and whatever fucking holiday they just made
Also,
up.
I always hate it when they're like, yeah, but our job doesn't end when school's over. Then we have to grade the papers and we have to go through all the tests. I'm like, well, just do the multiple choice thing where you feed it into the computer. That's what I would do. I mean, there's smarter ways to do this.
It's
Work
not
smarter,
easy
harder.
to, go grade 20 tests. I'm sure that's going to take about a half hour of your time.
And then you're out of stickers. You got to go to the store, buy more stickers.
I don't know if you noticed that me and Chrissy, like when we're not on stage, we have to write jokes and go over our act.
And we don't get paid for that.
We don't get paid for that.
We don't get paid for the time we're sitting at home masturbating or writing jokes or complaining.
I'm going to tell Mark at the Comedy at the Carlson tonight. I go, listen, I've been doing work during the day, like working on jokes, so I need some extra money.
I did Carl's show today, but I was also
So-
brainstorming things to say on stage tonight. So I itemized it here. Here's how many hours I worked. There was 20 minutes between 1 and 2.
And meanwhile, most teachers pick up like, summer school or tutoring on the side in the summertime to make extra money.
Yeah.
So it's not like they have that choice to do it, and there's a lot of money involved.
They're
in
like-
it.
Sorry, I'm distracted. My sister-in-law is giving me the finger.
Oh, she is?
Is she a teacher?
Oh, sorry about that. No, whoops.
Or they're like they do teacher adjacent jobs over the summer. Like when I was a lifeguard growing up, 17 to 22. But all the lifeguard captains were teachers during the year. So they bring that same shitty teacher energy to ruling over all the lifeguards.
Well, this is the thing that you don't understand is that no one else can do this job. That's why it's so important that they do it.
The amount of things that people think they know about teaching and think they know, it's like you wouldn't be able to walk a mile. Like you would literally run out of our classrooms with your hair on fire.
Yes.
Everybody thinks I had a teacher, so I know how to be a teacher.
And I went to school, so I could be a teacher. Like,
There's hundreds of thousands of you.
If
It's a doable job.
that you went to school and wanted to do and got paid to do. No, we wouldn't be running out.
Guys, Stuttering John taught algebra for 5 weeks. I mean, it's doable, right? This is a job that people can do.
He got scouted to teach at a bar. I think it's
yeah, right. They're recruiting him from the pub in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It seems like a doable job. I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's like saying, it's not easy being a comedian.
Yeah.
Everyone can't just do it.
Well, try to get up on stage and fill 45 minutes. See what happens.
Any one of us could wing teaching. You know what I mean? Like,
I would think so too. I don't think it's that different. I mean, I guess
figure
it
it
depends. I guess you could probably figure it out, especially because you have the answer key. You're the smartest person in the room, literally.
and even if you don't know, you can pay. There's so many groups. There's so many like information swaps that go on. You can order. You can get all your tests. You don't have to make up your own tests.
I didn't know she hated teachers so much. This is fun. This was we should have started with this show. I'm going to make a note in the notes on this, the show notes. Fast forward to 48 minutes into the show and just start listening there.
Rage.
It's a lot more fun. Chrissy hates teachers. And I don't know why you would, Chrissy, because they're all dodging bullets all day long.
So another reason teachers need summer break is, we obviously know what's been in the news in recent weeks, the tragedies that have been going on across the country. The one in particular I'm speaking about, I'm sure everyone knows, Uvalde, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very true.
No, I didn't hear
You didn't hear about that?
It was like their Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
No,
They won't
what
even
happened?
say it. They won't even say the word school shooting. It's like he who cannot be named.
So apparently there was a kid who went into the school and shot people.
Oh.
Yeah.
They should have
bad.
mentioned that because I didn't know it. Like if I was following that
Listen,
along.
I'm not making light of the situation.
No, I know, but I would have to look it up.
But they talk about it like only
It's not
other.
red scary. You don't have to look things up while you're listening to these.
They talk about
Look, I
it like
looked up
only
Black
other
Hitler,
teachers are watching and know exactly, can read their mind.
So the good news is, though, is that these people are ready for that because they have read about this in the news. They know what's going to happen. And so there are superheroes ready to take action.
We were just told this is a real code red. We were in lockdown. It was during lunch, so who practices code red during lunch?
The kids
right?
are all out.
We were just grabbing children and throwing them in classrooms. I shared a room with another teacher at the time. I handed her the fire extinguisher, and I said, literally, if someone gets in that door, because I had some of my Model UN kids in that room, like
Not the Model UN.
those giant scissors?
Yeah.
I literally grabbed one in each hand, literally felt like Wolverine for a second. I literally
Not Wolverine,
had
Frank.
to mentally prepare myself, and I told my co-teacher, or not a co-teacher, we just shared the room. I told them, if they come in, you spray the crap at them, and I had to mentally prepare myself.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to have to do every single thing that I can.
Yeah.
That's what heroes do.
I will slice someone in half with these cartoon scissors. I will be like retarded Wolverine.
She goes, I'm like Wolverine. She's like, well, it's more like Edward Scissorhands is what you're thinking of.
Well, look, I mean, if you look at it, two pairs of scissors in the hand definitely could stop an AR-15.
Yeah.
So she makes sense.
Or that school shooter walks out of there with a really shitty haircut. And isn't that embarrassing? Everyone's taking his photo. Oh, fuck, I should have wore a hat.
A guy's coming armed to the T in the classroom, and she's got two scissors. He's got, I'm in the wrong class. I'm going to go to the next
picked
one.
the wrong door.
This is too
Look at
crazy.
you.
I might get stabbed.
This clip,
I like that the woman's just like, you're not Wolverine. Like the other woman's just like, what are you doing? What are you talking about?
look how hairy my knuckles are. This clip illustrates perfectly how honestly hypocritical, because here she's saying, I would do anything to protect my kids. And then later on, she's so shitty about the idea of teachers being armed. It's like these teachers, they're against the idea of more security or, shutting the fucking doors. And then they're against the idea of them having to learn how to use a gun.
I didn't pull these clips. So I didn't want to get into the gun debate on this show. But it's funny because there's this straw man argument that goes on for like 15 minutes where they're arguing with no one. And they want us to have guns, and I'm not going to have a gun. It's like, no one's
Don't
telling
they know we're not qualified?
Yeah, right. She's like arguing over and over again, but nobody's saying this.
This is why teachers fucking suck. They think they're fucking heroes because they do it all. They want the claps. They want the pots and pans at 7 o'clock every night. But, God forbid you ask them to do one more thing that's not on their to-do list. Like, that's not in their plan. Like, we don't pay us enough for this.
Right.
They're so fucking dumb.
And every teacher doesn't have to have a gun. You have like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Train them. You give them a little extra money, another $10,000 a year, and you don't know what teacher is armed. So when some kid's going to come into school, they don't know. Oh shit! I don't know who's going to have a gun. You don't have to give it to every teacher.
Also, detention gets a lot quieter when you don't know which teacher's have a
Exactly.
gun.
That kid would not have choked that woman if she knew she was holding. Get him a fucking holster shaped like a pencil or something.
right.
I don't know.
I'm just pretending I have a gun in
Yeah.
that case. All right, let's talk about how much time these people have off.
My school, and I was telling you guys about this, my last day of school was May 27th.
May
Oh my
27th
God.
is
It
your
used to
last day
be-
of school?
It used to be like June 25th.
I thought it was the end of June. I thought they had they have over 3 months off.
It depends because some schools will start like the first week in August,
Okay.
and that's what'll end in May. My kid
Okay.
goes to the end of June. He starts the day after Labor Day.
Okay,
But they still get 3 months off.
it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
They
And
needed
it's the
that.
summer, too.
Yeah.
I know, the
The best time of the year.
to have off.
Yeah.
Right.
And did we mention the Jewish holidays?
And the Jewish holidays.
And the Asian holiday. And
We started with anti-Semitism, and we're going to keep it going throughout the episode, Chrissy. I like that.
Teacher
I like your
tism.
commitment to the bit. It's a bit, right?
I'm so angry.
It is a bit.
Yeah, sure, it's a bit. Yeah.
All right, well, this is a fun last episode ever of Who Are These Podcasts? So let's talk more about mass shootings, because that's always fun.
The amount of teachers and kids that didn't go to work or send their kids to school the next day. Like my daughter
That's
starts
terrifying.
My daughter starts preschool in August, and I'm scared. Like I'm scared. And I know like people are like, don't live in a state of fear. I'm not living in a state of fear. I'm living in the reality of those parents in Uvalde, or those kids, the kids and the parents in Sandy Hook. If somebody had to call and tell me somebody shot my baby at school, like
It's not a state of fear. It is reality.
Right.
Do they not learn statistics?
All right, let's say Sandy Hook really happened.
Bullshit. You fucking know all about this shit.
Wow, it's getting real spicy in here tonight.
The only
Holy
thing I'll
shit.
say, I don't mean to come off pro school shooting.
That's not a good stance.
If you take away one thing from this episode, no, Chrissie Mayr is not pro school. She'll love the Jews.
You got any dates coming up that you want to promote, Chrissy?
Everything's great. Yes, please come see me. When does this come out? There's not that many school shootings, honestly, and like they're naming them all. If there's so few school shootings that you can literally name each one, just like you can name each kid that was like each black kid that was shot by a cop, it's like there's not that many if you can name them all.
It's not statistically significant, even though we focus on it so much. Like
Right.
last night, I went out to see Jim Florentine perform comedy. I could have been struck by lightning, and I took that risk. I was nervous.
You were
about
more
it.
likely to overdose on fentanyl on the way there.
Yeah, actually, you know my lifestyle very well. I was. All right, so that's the thing that like bugs me about this, because they're teachers, and everyone gets whipped up into a frenzy over these things, obviously. But they should know that it's not statistically significant that they're just going to get mowed down in a classroom. Plus, they're usually aiming at the kids.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, they usually don't wipe out the teachers.
Yeah, so they got that going for them. Jesus Christ.
Go straight for the cool kids.
mental illness can literally drive you crazy.
I know. I hear it in your voice.
Said the retard.
Mental illness can literally drive you crazy.
Yeah, that's what mental illness is.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good summary
Your
right
brain
there.
is ill.
Okay, let's get to the bottom line here.
The bottom line is that, you know, a lot of people, a lot of non-teachers like to poke fun of, like, you can relax over summer. But the reality is, over summer is when teachers are really dealing with trauma and feelings of things that have happened throughout the year, whether it happened to them or, you know, there's a lot of teachers that are having a difficult time with the shootings like Uvalde right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Really? Because I see them in TJ Maxx trying on purses and flip-flops. I don't see them processing.
You don't think they're under the covers all day?
They're in Home Goods
shaking?
trying to haggle a fucking lamp.
Yeah.
They're not processing.
They're at the beach.
Yeah,
in the
they're
Bahamas.
working on their tans.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
A lot of people need 3 months off after they go through some trauma.
Or read about it in the newspaper.
Or read about, we need a
Or
little
see it
time
on
to process
CNN.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I was at an airport once, and there was a story on it. I was like, all right, I'm shutting down for the next 3 months. I had no idea that there was such evil in this world.
I don't remember taking off like trauma time to process after Chappelle was attacked. Did you, Jim? Did
No,
you take off processing time?
No, I didn't. I was like, oh, man, this is, I mean, I probably should take at least 3 months off. And I don't know if you guys notice, I don't get paid when I take the 3
What?
months off.
That's
No.
outrageous. Shouldn't
I mean,
the government just be
a lot of
handing you
people
money?
think that if I take the summer off and don't do comedy, that I
Yeah.
still get paid, but I don't.
Yeah, a lot of people do think that.
And a lot of people,
The people who
yeah.
hate comics who keep
Yeah.
saying that kind of stuff. The good news is, everybody, is that this show, Teachers Off Duty, is not just educators putting out an entertainment product for us. There's also merchandise.
But make sure you go and check out the YouTube video if you haven't seen it. Follow us on all of our socials. And then our merch shop is open now. So you can go to shop.boardteachers.com and get our off-duty shirts.
I thought I was wearing it, but I'm
But we
not.
suck.
You
Ain't
changed your
nobody
shirt.
repping
I
the
did.
merch.
I think one of the worst things about teachers is they make it their whole fucking personality.
Yes.
Same as nurses. And like, we don't really do that as comics.
As a podcaster, I don't like to. Oh, go ahead. You were saying?
But that's another reason why I hate teachers. It's their whole fucking personality, and it never ends. There's nothing else. There's no other
Chrissie is
aspect.
so spicy today.
I'm with her.
I think it's Western New York
I think
that's doing
it's
this to
because
you.
I just know I've known teachers closely, and like they think they're so fucking important.
I used to bartend a lot, and then there's one occupation that every bartender agrees on that sucks as a customer, and it's fucking teachers.
Yeah.
They act like they've never been out
We used to
of
go-
school before.
Chris, you and I used to go to that Mexican place at Village Gate on Friday for happy hour. And then it turned into like the place where all the teachers would go to and everyone had the worst week ever that's ever happened to them that week.
They're all, for some reason, screaming.
They're screaming.
The men
at
and the
each other.
women.
Yeah.
Probably this guy Josh was there.
One shot of fucking tequila and they're blackout drunk
Yeah.
and screaming at each other. It's like, all right, I gotta get out of here. I can't take this anymore.
I think these teachers are jealous of the school shooter. I've heard the way my sister talks about some of her students.
Mental illness can literally drive you crazy.
Who was buying this merchandise from these people?
That's a good question.
I want to know who's. I got to order that T-shirt.
I'm guessing a student who needs extra credit or something. Hey, look at
That's what I wore. Yeah.
Love your show.
That's funny. I bet that's real.
Probably. Calculus is hard. Sometimes you got to buy a T-shirt to get through it. All right, this is the last clip, and this is actually the one that you asked me to pull for.
Oh, let's see. Which one?
Do you want to set it up, or should I just play
Is
it?
this the one about guns, and you didn't want to talk about guns?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's about paying attention in government class.
They're so fucking dumb. Again, they talk about these school shootings keep happening, so we need to. They're basically like for getting rid of the Second Amendment.
Yeah, they say it pretty flat
And
out.
they don't like think ahead, like what might this country look like if there was no Second Amendment? Like, would we
Right.
be fucking Australia at this point or Canada? Oh no, everything would be the same.
That's going to stop a school shooting if we get rid of the Second Amendment, because the
Oh,
kid
yeah, of course.
that has the illegal gun's going to go, I don't know. I mean, I'm
it's not even
plan
legal.
on killing 20 people,
I shouldn't
but
even have this thing.
gun's illegal. I might
Yeah.
get in trouble because I'm not supposed to have this gun.
We should make murder illegal.
People have a problem with I said this in a video I made too. I was like, why are we protecting a sentence that was written, hundreds of years ago? And they're like, well, if we start changing that, what else is going to change? I'm like, that's what amendments are for.
That's exactly what I come
That's
back
literally,
with.
you didn't pay attention in government because that's what
was talking.
amendments are for.
Why are we protecting the Constitution? What's the point of that? It's so stupid. What are we doing?
So old.
Hundreds of years ago. What are we doing?
One of these women actually admits to having a gun.
Yes.
But you can tell she doesn't like practice with it. It's probably like, me and Frank were listening. We're like, it's probably her husband's gun.
Yeah, because she says it's unloaded, it's locked up. We don't know where
All
it is.
these qualifiers,
Yeah, right.
like that's okay that she says in front of other teachers that she has a gun. You're like, oh, don't worry, it's gay, it's locked away, it's painted rainbow, and it's got a black fist on it. Don't jump down my throat. And then you can tell she doesn't know anything about guns because you can't just go and buy like a machine gun. I don't know. I just think. That
Oh, yeah,
these
yeah.
are
That's
the
another
people
thing they
that
say.
are
They
the
go, I don't think we
problem.
should have automatic or semi-automatic weapons. Like, well, do you
They're
even know?
either
Do you know what you're talking
purposely
about?
misleading people,
Yeah.
or they're fucking lying.
There's a lot of people who think that Uzis are legal
Yeah.
in this country, which is, I think, kind of funny.
Who are these podcasts? WA